Good morning. So today is the 1st of August. Wow, who'd believe it? Okay, August 2021. It's finally arrived. Hey, another 7 days and we're at the 8/8 portal. So I'd like to say that there's some sunshine here today, but actually we've got gentle falling summer rain. And it is warm. It is warm, but it's that gentle cleansing rain. That rain that sort of cleanses your soul and uplifts you generally. So it's good for the garden anyway, so I keep on telling myself. So today we have four cards from the two decks we had yesterday. And the deck is, morning Christine, and the deck is Goddess Power by Collette Baron Reid. And I don't know what I've done with the other box actually, but it's the Animal Oracle deck by Collette Baron Reid. So today from the Goddess Power deck we have Artemis coming forward. Morning Christine. And Artemis is talking to us about being a focus. Okay, so is there something that you actually need to focus on? Is there something that you're wanting to bring to fruition? Is there something that you're planning? So it needs to be that you actually... Morning Beverly! It needs to be that you actually focus on that, so that you don't focus on not having it or not creating it, that you see it as created in your mind's eye, and then you follow the steps you actually need to actually create that in the now reality. So whatever you focus on comes into your now reality. So for instance, if you're focusing on lack, if you're focusing on pain or hurt, if you're focusing on joy and happiness, prosperity, that's what will eventually, the energy that you're creating, the energy that you're attracting is the energy that you will actually get in your now reality. So it's very, very important. Artemis is reminding us to focus on what we want, not what we haven't got, and assume that we have it in the now, and then therefore we'll actually re-attract that energy, and that energy will be in our auric field, and eventually that energy will come into our actual physical manifestation. So Nynx is coming next, and Nynx is talking to us about secrets. There are times when secrets are very apt and very right to keep, whether it's a soul secret from a beloved sister or brother, whether it's a personal secret that is not to be shared, like a confidence. But have you got the secret of, are you hiding your light under a bushel? Do you need to step forward and actually show the world who you physically and clinically are? Are you doing something that maybe you shouldn't be doing, or are you hiding something from somebody that maybe needs to be revealed? And Nynx is just asking you to look in deep in your soul and just settle with the secrets that may be there. And some may be kept, and that's absolutely fine. We don't break any confidences, but some actually may be able to share. And if it's a secret that you're on a spiritual journey and you have wisdom to give, and then you haven't quite extended yourself and accepted yourself and stepped out into the forum, then maybe actually that you can do that in a small group and start from there and see where we go. So Nynx is just asking us to review our secrets, and is it anything that we can actually share? And if it's a personal confidence, absolutely not. It's very, very apt to actually keep that secret, and that's a confidence between two sacred souls. That's not what she's asking. She's asking you to look at things that maybe you can share for the greater good of yourself and everybody else. And then we had Spider Woman, and Spider Woman comes to us talking about co-creation. And these cards are so vivid, but the camera doesn't do them justice, unfortunately. So Spider Woman is talking about co-creation, the co-creation with somebody else, with spirit, but it's aligning with somebody who has the same values as yourself, bringing in that energy, because often the energy of two is greater than the energy of one. Decisions, creation. When you focus and you create with somebody else, you open yourself up to allowing more creation to come through. Sometimes we all need a little bit of a nudge. We all need a little bit of assistance. So it can be that if you co-create with somebody else, that you actually get that assistance, whether it be writing a book, writing poetry, whether it's actually setting up a web page or setting up an instruction manual, or setting out some time just to enjoy yourself and create a space for you, you know, to do some artwork. It doesn't matter. Sometimes we actually need that push or that reassurance from somebody else that we can actually do and say and create what we want to create. So she's just reminding us that, you know, there are things sometimes that we need to do together, that although we are sovereign, sometimes we do work in collaboration very well together. So it's look at where you can collaborate with somebody else for the better good of both of you and the planet and the creation and the cosmos. And then we had Sophia, and Sophia is talking about divine wisdom. So we all have divine wisdom. We all have divine wisdom. We have divine gifts inside us, and it's talking about opening up to those gifts, recognizing them and actually accepting them. We go within inside and actually seek those gifts. So we talk to our ancestors, we talk to our guides, we find those jewels actually within our own sacred souls, and it's bringing those forward because they're actually planted there as seeds. So wherever we are on our journey, if those seeds are ready to actually birth, germinate, or actually whether they're ready to be harvested, we actually need to go and get them, find them, and actually share them with the rest of society. So, you know, it's looking at your divine wisdom, making sure that you've got a central connection with Source, that you check with Mother Gaia, that keeping your sacred soul healthy and clean, and just bringing through that divine wisdom that comes like droplets of information every now and then, and it's important to share it. So that was Sophia. So then we moved to the Animal Oracle deck, and again this is by Collette Baron Reid, and the first one that came through was actually the Rhino, and the Rhino says overcoming any obstacle. So the Rhino is just here to remind us that anything that is coming up as a potential block or an obstacle actually is there to serve you with purpose. So it's there as a lesson or a blessing. It's there for you to look at why it is there, what's created it, how to dismantle it, or how to move around it. And looking at something from a different perspective, we often actually find that we can actually overcome obstacles. And obstacles are there actually as blessings because they just remind us sometimes of past soul issues that actually just need resolving. And sometimes it can be a past life issue that's created in this reality that's sort of brought through with us. And once you actually dismantle it and understand it and let it go, then actually that obstacle moves. But remember, you know, we are fluid like water. We can move around obstacles. We don't have to bump up against an obstacle. The more that you bump up against an obstacle, the more resilient it'll be, the more it'll actually be there to teach you a lesson. And if you don't learn the lesson the first time round, and believe me, it'll come round again. So the Rhino is just reminding you that if you have anything in your life that is acting as a block or a trigger, that you can overcome it. It's not a problem. You just have to look at it maybe in a different way. And understand the elements that have brought that together, understand the lesson for you or the lesson for somebody else if it's to do with somebody else, or actually it may be a blessing. It's a blessing that may be coming, but you need to overcome the obstacle to actually release the blessing. So that's what the Rhino Spirit is teaching us today. And then we had the Hummingbird. Okay, and Hummingbird is all about being in the here and now. Okay. So for those that are here, we know that we co-create in the now reality, okay? What has gone is gone. We can't alter the past, okay? We can only work on the now to influence the future. But whatever we work on now will attract what we actually want in the future. So being present is understanding the beauty, the love, the essence of where we are, what we're creating, what we're living, how we're actually engaging with people, how we're talking to people, what our mind is thinking. It's being present in every single moment, being present in the decisions that you make, the choices that you make, and make sure it's for your highest good or the highest good of somebody that you're dealing with. And that's what Hummingbird Spirit is actually bringing us today, is to make sure that whatever is happening, okay, listen, alleviate, concentrate, but do it in this now moment. Be present, notice things, notice the rain, the gentle rain that's falling in the summer. It's not lashing like it does in the winter. It's gently seeping into the soul. It's gently nurturing the soul. Hummingbird wants you to gently nurture your spirit. Okay? And just be present in the now. And don't miss those little miracles, because they are around every single day. Whether it's be a shaft of sunlight or, a rainbow that's created because the sun hits some rain clouds, is absolutely beautiful. But don't miss those little miracles. Okay? And then we had the sandpiper. So the sandpiper is doing a little dance on water lilies, but it's reminding us to be playful. So this is, morning Susie, this is connecting, good morning my love, this is connecting with your inner child. It's being playful, it's allowing that joy to actually come out, and to be present in whatever you're doing, to look at things with a childlike eyes, to make sure that you bring joy and happiness into whatever you're creating, however you're living, whatever's actually going on in your reality at the moment. And it's bringing that essence of play, bringing the lightheartedness in, bringing the essence of the wonder of looking through the eyes of a child. Things like that is what actually the Sandpiper Spirit is asking you to do today. Because by doing that, you shift the density, you lighten the spirit within you, and you're joyful. And if you're joyful, then that joy will then be transcended onto somebody else. And the last one that came through for us today, then I'll go back and I'll recap them all for those that have just joined us, is the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Whether it's a person, whether it's a profession, whether it's a project, teach it or treat it with deep reverence. Don't let anyone be swayed by what you're saying, by what you're doing. You know what you're creating. You know the value of what you're creating. Just because it doesn't align with somebody else, it doesn't mean it's not to be birthed in this reality. And the dog is just reminding us to be loyal to what you love. If it's for you, even if it's just for you personally, if it's something that you love, then actually you need to make sure that you follow it, and that you feel it all the way through. But he's just reminding you to be loyal, because these gifts are given to you for some specific reason, and there will be someone somewhere at some time that may listen to this that thinks, yeah, actually I can gel with that, and it may not be today. This message may not be for today. It may be for tomorrow or next year. But if you find something that you really, really love, be loyal and see it through to the end. Don't give up before the blessings come. And that's just what the dog is reminding us to do today. So a quick recap for the two of you that weren't here all day long. First of all, from the Goddess Power deck, we had Artemis. So she's on about focus. So make sure you focus on what you want, not what you don't have. So, what you wish to attract. Make sure that you focus on bringing whatever you're birthing into reality. Make sure that you focus on bringing the love and the energy in of positive change, and don't dwell in anything that is beyond you or not for you. And it's just focusing on the energy of, it's attracting the correct energy. And remember, what you focus on, you attract. So don't focus on lack, don't focus on anything that is of a low vibration. We want to focus on prosperity, we want to focus on love, we want to focus on happiness and joy. We want to focus on birthing new projects into successful fruition. Those are the sort of things that Artemis is asking us to focus on today. And then we had Nynx. Nynx is talking about secrets. So is there a secret that you're hiding? Are you hiding your light under a bushel? Obviously, we don't want anyone to break any personal confidences. That is absolutely not what she's saying. But, have you got something that is maybe on the back burner? Haven't you maybe stepped out into the arena of sort of social media yet? Is there something that you feel that you need to discuss with somebody? Is there something that's resting heavy on your soul? Is it something that you've got to have a conversation with two people about? Is it something that you feel that you need to express? And just because you know something or you have something, if you feel it's for your higher good and their higher good, you can open that dialogue. They may not be in a place to accept what you're saying, but you have to actually just, if you feel guided, you have to actually just open the door, plant the seed, and then just let it germinate as itself, because everything happens in divine timing, and as long as you're aligned with your highest truth and you're giving it from a heart of love and a space of love, then anything that is said with love and with reverence. And even if it's rejected, part of that essence will still be there, but your soul will be relieved of any burden that you may carry. Then we had Spider Woman. It's all about co-creation. So co-creation with spirit, co-creation with other people, bringing things into fruition. That obviously the energy of one is fantastic, but the energy of 2 or 3 is even greater. The more energy we have, the more that we can create, the more that we attract. Bringing in new ideas, new things come into fruition, whether you're birthing projects, you're doing, you're birthing a personal project, or you're birthing something on a grander scale, whether you're birthing actually courses or whatever. Sometimes the logistics are needed to actually co-create with somebody else. Do you need a mentor? Do you need a guiding, someone to sort of guide you, or to like a sounding board? Do you need someone to be able to co-create on a sounding board level? It's just Spider Woman was asking you just to be open to the idea that there are other people there that often have skills that you are learning and can help you get through and overcome those obstacles with ease. And then we had Sophia, which is divine wisdom. So it's tapping into the divine wisdom of your soul, ensuring that anything that you have as a divine person, as a sacred soul, that you actually share that divine wisdom. Look deep into your soul and make sure that you actually bring those gifts forward, because they are to be shared. Not only will they enlighten your life, but they'll enlighten everyone else's as well. Sorry. And it's just to make sure that they come through at the right time. That not everything comes through at the right time, as I know. I've been waiting a little while, but I'm fairly patient with what goes on. I've just surrendered to the fact that it'll all be through in divine timing, and it's just to bring that wisdom through when you feel it's right, and when it actually touches your soul, then it will touch somebody else's as well. And then we changed decks. We had the Animal Oracle, and then we had the Rhino Spirit, so overcoming any obstacles. So just reminding us that obstacles are often there to be reviewed and highlighted. Sometimes they're things from the past. Sometimes it's because actually we're going off in a trajectory that maybe is not quite right for us. So a blockage is put there, and we need to maybe relook at it, dismantle it, and see actually what is actually at the bottom of it. Nothing is forbidden. We have free choice, so we can physically do anything, spiritually do anything we want, but sometimes the blockages are there as guidance. Sometimes it's because you're bringing energy through from the past, and that is actually there to be cleared, cleansed and released, and then actually the blockages will dissipate. But remember, we are fluid. We can work around blockages, but the more you butt up against it, the more actually it'll be in your reality, and the more spirit will say to you, no, you need to deal with this. So just look at anything that you feel maybe blocking you, and just look through it, dig deep inside, and just see actually what is trying to teach you. It could be a lesson, or it could be a blessing, and it may not be so much a blessing for you, but it could be a blessing for somebody else when you actually release that. Because remember, as we release our blocks, it blesses the whole generational timeline as well. And then we had Hummingbird Spirit, be in the here and now. Okay, oops, that's it, yeah. Be in the here and now. So make sure that you're living in the present, that you're creating in the present, and you're reaping the benefits in the future. So it's just to make sure that, whatever you do, wherever you are, that yesterday is gone. You can't, it's no point having any regrets. Live in today, live for your choices, make sure your choices are correct for you, for your highest good and everybody else, and look at what you will be attracting in the future. So have that happiness, bring that joy, make your choices for your highest good and your best timelines. And that way you will actually bring prosperity and joy and happiness and fruition to anything that you are doing. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, my darling. And the Sandpiper Spirit then came through. It's about being playful. Okay? So it's to bring that childlike quality into anything that you do today. It's to be happy and be joyful. We've got puddles here. We've got puddles. We've had puddles all week, but we have actual puddles here today. So I know my great nephew would absolutely love and run and jump in those puddles. But actually, sometimes we just got to put wellies on and do it ourselves. And it's finding that joy in actually being a child and looking at things through a child's eyes and bringing happiness and joy. So if you are blessed to have children or grandchildren around, look at things through their eyes and, just enjoy looking at things differently, looking through things through a different lens, and just getting rid of all of that density that sometimes we just get caught up in, and it's just being joyful and happy. It's going for a swim or jumping in puddles, or just looking at butterflies or daffodils, or not daffodils this time of year, but daisies this time of year, and just enjoying the beauty of actually the creation of it, and just looking, or just going for a swing, just sit in the park and go for a swing, go and sort of paddle in the sea. It's probably a bit cold and a bit damp here in the UK, but I'm sure Beverly can manage it at some point when she goes down to the beach. But it's to bring joyful things into your life through the eyes of a child. And then the last one we had was the Dog Spirit, so it's be loyal to what you love. So whether it be a person, a situation, whether it be a project that you're birthing, it's been given to you for a reason. You're given these divine gifts, and part of those divine gifts are actually for you to birth something. So if something speaks to your soul, if you are absolutely think, yes, this is absolutely right, go with it, run with it. And as long as you've got your highest good and everyone else's highest good at the forefront of whatever you're doing, and you co-create with spirit, then it should be fruition. It's not for everybody. My readings aren't for everybody. I accept that. I have a few very loyal followers. Thank you, girls. But not everybody speaks to everybody on the same energetic level. But we all start from somewhere, and it's being loyal to what you love and enjoying what you do. And the more enthusiasm that you put into it, the more love you put into it, the more happiness that you bring to yourself and others, then you will actually enjoy these things, and somebody else will enjoy it for you. So if it's a creation of a project, love it, nurture it, birth it. It's like a new baby. Things may go wrong, but go back to the beginning, and it's just a learning. It's a learning curve. We're all on a grand learning curve in this now reality. So those are the cards for today, the 1st of August 2021. So I hope they resonate with you. If they do, then please take the resonation. If they don't, then just leave them. They are timeless cards. They are here for whoever sees this at whenever they see it. It'll be right for them. So I wish you a good day, good evening, good night, and good afternoon, and have a wonderful day. So ladies, how are you? Yeah, Beverly's a bit early for you, isn't it? Being in North America? Oh, you're welcome, my love. It's no problem. Nice to see you, Susie. Oh, that'll be nice. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, you see, you know my heart's at the beach. Absolutely, my heart's at the beach. So yeah, we don't have many seashells where we go in Spain, but just the sound of the ocean, the energy of the ocean. Oh, thunderstorms woke you up. Yeah, I think Susie had some thunderstorms earlier on in the week. We had a rumble of thunder, but it didn't come to very much. But we've just had some gentle rain, which is nice. We haven't had that horrible rain they had in Europe last week. Although I think London have had it a bit heavier than us, but it's just like a little bit of gentle summer sunshine and rain here, so it's just quite nice. Yeah. Well then, ladies, I'm going to love and leave you. Oh yes, yeah, it would be nice to be by the sea. To be honest, Susie, I've only just got up, as you can probably tell. Mother's still getting up. I haven't even had a cup of coffee yet, so you know, it's hot off the press this morning. But I find sometimes if I don't do it when I first get up, then I don't actually do it. The day goes on, I get waylaid and things that happened. I did a load of cleaning yesterday. I've got to go to a load of washing today, so never mind. Let's pray for sunshine tomorrow. So yes. Yes, well, if you can send us some energy from the beach, Beverly, that would be very much appreciated. You know, yeah. Yeah, I know the feeling. Oh, lovely. Blueberry tea. See, I don't do tea. I think Susie does tea. I don't do tea. I'm a coffee person. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a coffee person. I haven't drunk tea since I was about 8. For some reason, even the smell of it puts me off. Somebody makes me a cup of tea, I just can't. Honestly just can't drink it. I've tried some of the fruit teas, and I can still taste the tea underneath. If I could taste the fruit. Oh yes, exciting. Yeah. Matcha tea, Susie. I've not heard of that one. I've done the green tea and I've done all of that, sort of the herbal teas, but I can still taste that tea tang. Ah, has no tea flavour. Are you sure? Do you have it with milk or have it without? I'll have to look out for it. Do you get it online or you can buy it in the superstore? No, I never heard of matcha tea. Oh, both. Okay, I'll have a look. I'm going to Sainsbury's later, so I'll see if I can find it. I'll let you know if I can taste the tea. What's it taste of anyway? If it doesn't taste of tea, what's it taste of? Okay. I'll have a look online then, it might be easier. I'll trawl through Sainsbury's and see if they have it online, but if not, then I'll have a little look online. Because it's nice to have something different. Coffee can be a bit, I mean, I like coffee, don't get me wrong, but I drink mine black. Very occasionally can I have a cappuccino, probably about sort of once a week. No, you see, yeah, I don't have sugar in coffee. I used to have, well, years ago, probably actually my mother's fault, because years ago I used to have 2 sugars in tea, and then she put me on a diet when I was about 8 and decided she could cut all the sugar out of my tea. I didn't drink coffee then, and then I just haven't had it since then. Okay, yeah, I'll try online. Yeah, I'll try online. I can understand it not being the same because it maybe is not such pure extract. But yeah, no, I do like honey, but I'm trying to be good. It's very difficult, and yeah, it's a long, slow process. But we're not getting very far at the moment, so I need to concentrate because I've got my niece's wedding coming up in June of next year. So I need to be presentable. But Anyway, ladies, you have a wonderful afternoon or good morning, wherever you are. It's now 21 minutes past 11 here in the UK. Oh, thank you, Susie. Yes, that would be lovely. Well, thank you, Beverly. I will do that. I'll send it in a private message. Obviously, you don't want the whole of Facebook knowing where I live. Yeah, if it tastes like tea, then I won't enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah. You too, my darling. Okay, well, you take care. All right, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. All right, okay. Bye.